guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ksenia and today I would really want, sorry for the sound on this video, but today we will talk about how I am learning Chinese, how I learned English. I'm Russian and English is not my mother tongue language, has never been. I feel like a lot of people genuinely started to ask me how did I learn English. I would talk about my background and how I really came into the place where I am right now, which is expressing myself in English, learning everything in English, watching films, watching all the content in this language, and right now I'm learning Chinese with this method, with my method. A lot of people, they already start learning English when they are children, and that was also the case for me. I was trying my best to learn the English at school. I couldn't speak. I could read and I could understand, but I couldn't speak, and my words weren't as smooth as they are right now. So basically something happened. You know how a lot of people under the comments, they say, I know the language but I can't speak it. You know, on your head, on your forehead, it's not sad that you understand all of the times in English. What people see is that you can't speak. If you can't speak, you can't communicate with people, basically. And even though you are learning it so hard, you're translating your words so hard, it still won't work. Talking from my personal experience, at school, back in school, I was learning the English with also several teachers. I remember one woman, she was like, she put a score of like 3 out of 5, and you know, she was trying to poke on me. She was like, I will tell your mom. By the way, this is a private tutor. I paid her money, like my family paid money to that woman, and she was poking on me and on my brother. We were learning together. No teacher has helped me. Nobody has helped me to learn the English. Another teacher, I've had plenty of them. I think it is very important if you're learning the language. It is extremely important to find your teacher who will build this base for the future, for the future speaking skills. I've been learning with my teacher for, I would say, 4 years. So imagine I have a book, a copybook, and I'm learning all of the grammar, I'm learning all of the materials, but that is building the base. I am passing all of my exams on high score of like 98 out of 10, 96 out of 100, etc, etc. I can't speak. I tried my best to remember the words. I even remember when I bought something around 3,600 words, ordinary words that you use in daily life. I was learning like in flashcards, you know, Quizlet, that is popular nowadays for remembering it through flashcards. I tried to learn 20 words a day, and I was like passively scrolling them from Russian to English, and I tried to remember it. How stupid I was. How stupid. If you are doing the same thing, this is the biggest concept, the biggest mistake that I see people doing, are either they translate it from like your target language to their native language, or they use flashcards. It is a passive learning. You don't learn anything from the context. It had been a couple of years. I then moved to Moscow to study here, and so in like around 22, when I was the last year at school and then I was going to the university, something changed, something clicked in my head. I searched a video on YouTube how you can really start speaking already, what is the secret that people have that I don't. One man said, my camera just turned off because of the temperature that it said. The quote, in order for you to speak, you must speak. Yeah, it's that simple. Everyone tells you the same thing. Nobody does the right thing. Nobody nowadays actively speak. That was the day when it clicked in my head that yes, this is the secret, and if people say you to speak, then you might as well just trust. 22nd, I remember that was September. I set myself on a journey of 1 year to speak every day for 1 hour and a half. I remember it vividly, how I was turning on my laptop, turning on photo booth there, and just I put my laptop on my bed and I was describing everything around me. It is the biggest tip of advice I would ever given to anyone else. This one thing has helped me. That teaches you to express your thoughts, to turn your thoughts into the words, and to turn the words into the sentences. An hour and a half a day I was speaking. I set a laptop and I was like, okay, what's around me? I know the word I know the past continuous, so I might as well say I was eating yesterday. It will be awkward. It will be so embarrassing for you, like inside, when people say, oh, you need a speaking partner, you know, you need a native speaker in order for you to learn, and you can't learn it by yourself. You're stupid. How could you believe in such thing when I am a living example? I wasn't embarrassed speaking to myself. Another tip, you're like speaking, but you can speak, you're like, okay, I will speak inside of my head. No, it doesn't work like that. It only works when you speak out loud. I remember like my mom was standing in the kitchen and I was speaking out loud in English. She was like, what is she doing? And I was like, okay, I am drinking the water. I know how to say I'm drinking the water. The sentences were so simple, but you know how proud I was that I can say, oh, there is the apples like in a jar. I was literally lying on my bed describing what I did, what I will do, describing the favorite films, describing favorite things I like, having a talk in my head, having a talk out loud. I feel like it's not even the tip for learning the language, but mainly for expressing your thoughts. All speakers who are very good at this, they say, oh, just speak out loud for 20 minutes as if you are presenting yourself. And that's true. That's so true. Not only it gave me the confidence to speak freely and like fluently in this language, it just gave me the confidence to present myself in this language. And I'm not lying. I'm so much more confident speaking English when it is English. When it is Russian, I can't compare the words. I'm like, girl, you're so stupid. You can't express your thoughts. You can't speak. For 1 year, I was doing this, and then I was like, Father, I want to go to London. And he was like, damn, girl, paid. I wasn't studying there for years, as you might think. Oh, she studied there for years. Guys, I couldn't speak at all. I knew the grammar. I was really good at grammar, but I couldn't use this grammar. And as I was saying, you don't have it on your forehead. You know all of the grammar. Nobody cares. Everyone cares about the way you speak and how you speak, and if you are speaking at all. So 2023 summer, I was going to London to study there for only 1 month. When I was auditioning for a group to which I will go, I was interviewed, and then they were like, girl, you are so good. Here is the C1 level, C1 group. It's like advanced. And I was so proud of myself. I was so proud. It gave me this sense of like, damn, I learned it myself. Nobody helped me. I didn't have a speaking partner. I immersed myself, yes. I immersed in the language. I was truly in the language. I was watching everything in English. but I was writing. We'll talk about my method later. You have passive learning skills, which is reading and listening and also watching. And we have active learning skills, which is writing and speaking. When you produce the content, you don't input, you do output. Without being said, I would like to introduce you my method of how it works, because it's easier for me to say just speak, but when you don't have the words to speak, it's pretty hard, and you must do all of this active learning, not passive. You must speak. Everyone understands it, nobody does it. Let me show you. Anki. It's a kind of space repetition system that is insanely helpful. There is even the deck of English when I was learning. Look at this. I am still gonna learn English. I love learning languages. This is the app that will help you to recall the information. We know our memory doesn't really remembers the stuff that we learned once and we didn't really use it. You have the homework. You have a homework to download this app. You're creating the deck here. Let me show you on the example of Chinese. You create the deck here, you add the flashcard. It's not the flashcard that is like only flip flop and here you go. No. We are going to learn it actively through the context. You add the flashcard here. You write a sentence in your target language. If you are a very beginner, then you might just write it in your language, and then you write a sentence in English, and then you put here in the context your word. For me, it is, what is it? Cha. It's like tea. So 这个杯子有 You are repeating it through the context. You got my idea. When you write down anything there, you create a sentence and then you put your word in a context. Because guess what? Repeating the word cha, you don't understand it. My phone just gave up saying it's too hot, and it was really hot, and I put you in the fridge. A visual learner. I love learning it, and with the Chinese you really need to write everything. There is no other way. With other languages like Chinese or with the English, it wasn't that hard because you know how to write it, but still, yeah, writing really helps. The new word that I learned that day, let's say rare. Animals that are in the red book are rare, and I write down every sentence with this word, minimum like 2, 3. For grandma, 很喜欢喝茶. I love it. When you are ready with your word, with only one word, guess what? You're turning here and you're like going show the answer, checking the pinning. Usually I have pinning. There is an emoji, so I don't translate the word, and that was hard. And then another word we have here, 那米饭好吃. I love this word, 米饭, but I forgot how to write it, so you got the idea. Let's create a flashcard right now and how I do my flashcards. I will write it in English because it will be easier. Add here, and then we have front and we have back. In the front, you are usually writing your sentence in the context. I trimmed my hair yesterday, and then I underline the word like this. You have here everything you need. You choose and then clocking, and I write down in the back the word trim, and for example I can use an emoji of cut, of like scissors and hair. That way I understand what it really means and you just remember it. That's it. You add a flashcard and you start repeating every single day, because What? Because Anki works as a space repetition. This is honestly one of the best things I have ever created in my life, and this is how and what helped me the most is like this Anki. We all know space repetition works very well. I know no other way than like my method, let's say. I had my diary where I was writing in my target language pretty much every day, and that's how I became fluent and what helped me. Chinese is a little bit harder because not only the tones that you must remember, but also the way the characters are written. But anyway, I will do it and you will do it too, and nobody can stop us because what? Because we are so good. That was all, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope that was helpful because for me it was definitely. There are so many people asking me, oh, how you learned. This is how I learned. Thank you a lot, and I'll see you in another videos. Bye bye.